I'm Tinny from minibulldesign, and today I am out on the back deck again, and Sue Beth and I just finished putting in 6 miles on our bikes. It's a beautiful afternoon, evening, very low humidity, the sun's out, it's cool, perfect day for riding bike. And my two-wheeler recumbent is performing stellar. Really like that bike. I like it so much that I think I'm going to take my three-wheeler, my trike, and put it upstairs in the factory once we get all the stuff cleared out of there for the yard sale, and I'm going to store it in there for a later date. I may electrify it and put a body on it, I'm not sure. So today we were kind of sitting around taking it easy because it is the weekend, and I didn't build today because it's Saturday. Didn't have a lot of orders anyway. But Dwight showed up, which I didn't expect, and started the woodshed right off to my right, which I'll show you in a moment. Also, I was looking for front turn signals for my '69 Beetle, Volkswagen Beetle, and I finally found a place called Discount Auto Parts, ironically, and I ordered 2 front turn signals from them, and I got them. And I've taken them out of the box and looked them over, and they look very good. Made out of the same material and basically look exactly like the originals, which I'm very pleased with. Okay, so in the second half of this video, I'm going to talk about alcohol stoves, and I'm going to start right at the beginning and work my way through the whole thing. Mainly, maybe some of you guys that are real stovies may pick something up here, or you may see something that you can make a comment and add to so I can learn something. But at any rate, I'm going to kick it around because I've gotten some emails from people in foreign countries like Sweden, and it opened my eyes. One gentleman from Sweden said that he watched a video, basic video about traditional alcohol stoves, one that I think I made, and when he got his stove, it was a BIOS, he didn't realize that the wick wrapped around the bottom was a primer wick. He thought it was for insulation. So he watched the video, and it really made it a lot better for him and helped him understand how the stove works and how it should look when it's running. So today I'm going to start and just list off the basic things that you'll need to run an alcohol stove, traditional and wick. So let's get started on that. Okay, I'm going to start off with basic wick stove, the ones that are remote feed, and show you everything that you'll need in order to run this stove and cook with it. Okay, you're going to need, first off, a wick stove there's several designs, and then to feed it you're going to need either a nipple cap or a remote. SS remote or chicken water remote, whatever you want to call it. You're going to need a pot stand. You're going to need something to light the stove with, a fuel bottle, and a windscreen. Okay, now I'm going to go through these and tell you everything I know about each one of them. This is going to be several videos. Okay. This is a carbon felt windscreen, and it's the one that I recommend. You also can use a aluminum windscreen, but the aluminum windscreens are kind of crunchy and they wrinkle up badly after they've been used for a while. But the number one problem that I have with them is that if you put them around your pot stand and you get them in too tight, or the wind blows your flame sideways, or you overflow your stove, and the flame hits the aluminum windscreen, it will melt. And once it melts, you don't have it anymore. On the other hand, the carbon felt windscreen, you can put it right over a direct flame. It won't hurt it any. And the carbon felt windscreen also can be used to grab hot things. It can be used to wrap around a pot when you're eating. It has a lot of uses besides just a windscreen. But if you take care of it, you'll always have it because the heat won't bother it. There's nothing you can do to it heat-wise to ruin it, and it can be used for a lot of things, to pick up things that are hot and just for padding in your pack. Now this carbon felt windscreen, I buy it in big, large bulk rolls, and I cut it up into, this windscreen is 4 by 18, and that's just a good size to fit around a pot up to the size of a 12 centimeter. It will go around quite nicely with a little to spare. Okay, and now when you put one of these windscreens around a stove, how complicated could that be? I mean, duh, right? No, actually it's fairly complicated. Okay, if you've got your stove and it's running, and you put the windscreen, you put your pot on, and you put the windscreen right in tight like this, the heat can't escape, so you create an oven which the stove is in. The stove can't get enough air to burn correctly, so it's going to burn inefficiently. It might even smut or soot. It's going to overheat the stove, and eventually the stove will start boiling and running very inefficiently. Your boil time will be really slow because the stove can't perform correctly, and it's just not the way to go. Really bad idea. Okay, so let's put it out just, like right here, just a half an inch all the way around. Okay, now, what will happen if it's a half an inch all the way around is, you create a chimney. The heat will come out, and in this half-inch gap, it'll be like a chimney. The hot air from the stove will rise quickly and create a draft, which will pull the flames out from underneath the bottom of the pot and make them rush up the windscreen. Now this windscreen, it won't bother you. If you do that with an aluminum windscreen, it'll melt it in a fairly short period of time because you've created a chimney effect. Not as easy as we thought it was. Okay, putting it out here about 2 inches all the way around is pretty much ideal. Okay, now if you go out a little bit further, then the wind can come in over the screen and blow the flame off, and the windscreen is of no use to you at all. So you can see that putting a windscreen around a stove is much more complicated than we originally thought it was. And a lot of people have complained that my stoves haven't performed correctly. It's because they had the windscreen in like this, or out like this, or right in like this, creating a chimney effect. And I know that seems super simple, but it's actually fairly complicated. And if you're in a wind situation, you may have to run it really close on the wind side and very open on the downwind side so it can breathe. In other words, it's something that you just want to get down low so you can watch the flame and play around with it and learn how to use it. As you use it, if you watch how the flame pattern is affected, you will learn how to use a windscreen. And it's not something I can really teach you. Okay, I think that's enough for this video. On the next video, I'll talk about maybe pot stands or remotes. So, I'm Tinny from minibulldesign. Get out and hike, take a friend, enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, try to have a really great day and try to have some fun today. Bye-bye.